Okay, there's always so much delay on the live streams. So I'm going to shut that screen down so I don't get distracted. Okay, there's always so much delay on the live streams. So I'm going to shut that screen down so I don't get distracted. Okay, there's always so much delay on the live streams. So what is happening? That screen down so I don't get distracted. Okay, there's always so much delay on the live streams. So what is happening? Is it still live streaming? No, that was crazy. Did you guys hear all of that?
Oh my gosh, that was really crazy.
It was like it just kept starting over and over and over and over. But I think I'm still streaming live. It says I am, but I shut the window down because that was that was more than distracting. There was no way I was gonna be able to do that. All right, let me grab my notes and let's get started. So one of my favorite things to do as a business coach is to talk about startup and how we get started in different things. And even if you've been in business for a while and you're like, I kind of need to plan, do review, and get some things up and running correctly. I have a little checklist I'm going to run you guys through, and in the follow-up email and in the Facebook community, you'll be able to download this checklist and you'll be able to have it to refer back to if you're ever like, hey, I kind of need to go back and check through some things, make sure I've got all of the things ready for my business. One thing I talk about all the time in my business training is plan, do, review, is creating that plan in the very beginning with the end in mind always. And then kind of mapping out this roadmap, this entrepreneurial roadmap of the things that you're going to need. And I think because of the experience in network marketing and the background in network marketing and always working with a lot of network marketers, a lot of times we get started in business just because we love a product or we love a service or we love something about something somebody has shared with us. And then all of a sudden we find out that we've started a business and we have actually no business experience. And we maybe just went about this in an incorrect order. So a little bit of my background, I've been in business for about 18 years. I have a business degree and a marketing degree, and I've owned and operated about 8 businesses, all startups, and some in the network marketing space. Lots of experience in network marketing and have had some very successful teams in that space. So I'm speaking from experience when I say you get started in network marketing because you love a product or service. Most of the time, people don't wake up in the morning and go, hey, I want to start a network marketing business. And then off and running they go with their business degree in hand to start the process the way that you should if you were going to get a business up and running. So I'll be talking about this more and more and more in the coming months. And that's to help network marketers really create that successful business model in the network marketing space, just as if you were a business owner in a small business, online business of your own that was not in the network marketing space. So I help people with both of those, but I'm really going to dig in. I have lots of network marketers that follow this program and the system, and I want to make sure that I'm helping that industry because that's the industry I love so much. So over the next few months, you'll see a lot more about how we can take a network marketing business and create the structure and the plan and the game plans for a very successful business in the network marketing space so that it operates very similarly to a regular business that would get started with a business plan and all of the pieces and parts in order, and not just because we got involved because we fell in love with a product or a service or an opportunity, which are all great reasons to get involved. But then we have to kind of go back and plan, do, review, and get this checklist done so that we're doing all of the things in our business that make sense. So that's just a little overview. Let me just go through quickly some of the things on the checklist, and I'm going to show you a little trick on ChatGPT if you want to utilize some AI to speed up the process of what you can now do with your business startup. So first and foremost, defining the business idea and target audience. Now, if you're a person just getting ready to go into the online space and create a small online business in, let's say, the coaching space, or you have I call them superpowers. You have a superpower in some way, form, or fashion that you want to take out into the online space. You're going to create just a regular online business. You will first need to grab your business idea form your target audience, your niche, your people you're going to talk to. And here's the difference between those businesses and network marketing businesses. No one ever actually goes back when they get involved in network marketing. All of you that are on here live with me right now have been in network marketing or are in network marketing. And when you get started with a product or service like that, no one really ever stops to go, hey, I need to figure out who my target audience is. We actually just go out there and start sharing the product, service, or opportunity with people or our family or our friends, or splattering it all over social media. We never actually create that correct plan of who is our actual target audience, and why would that target audience be attracted to me versus the same person, well, not the same person, another person selling the same product, service, or opportunity. What sets me apart in my industry, for my product, for my service, for my opportunity? Because we know there is a saying, people are going to buy you before they buy the product. So if that's the case, and in normal businesses, we would go out and find that target audience, that niche, that person that we want to serve. Why are we not doing that in a network marketing business? It's just because we start in a completely different fashion, and we don't necessarily start because we think we're going to build a business. We start because we fall in love with a product. So first thing you should go do, if you haven't already, is define that business idea completely, who you're going to serve and who your target audience is going to be. So anytime you're doing anything out there on social media, or anytime you're going out there to sell your product or service, you are actually going after the person, the type of person that is already going to want to buy from you so that you can solve their problems, right? So defining that is absolutely number one, and target audience should be right in that same number one category. Conducting a little market research. I always have people in my coaching program go out and find a few people that are already doing what they want to do in a similar-ish space, and have been in it for maybe 6 to 18 months. Maybe they're about 6 to 18 months or 24 months ahead of them in the space, and they're doing it well. You can tell they're succeeding at it, and then kind of following what they're doing so that you can go and put some of those things into your practices. Now, you're going to be, everybody's going to be a little bit different and how they present their product, or how they present their opportunity, or how they launch their business. But you can learn from people who are doing something similar in the similar space, in a similar fashion, with similar products, so that you have something to look at and know, maybe I should go that direction. That looks like it's already working. So doing a little bit of market research and knowing who your competitors are in the space and what sets you apart from them. How do I want to go out there and create this brand so it's a little different than Susie, who's out there doing somewhat of a similar thing? And guys, here's one thing I've had people come to me and say, and this should be part of your market research and the things that you do prior to launching your business, and or if it's already launched, you go back and kind of do a little focus on. If there are competitors in your space, that is not a bad thing. I've had people in my coaching program come back to me and say, well, I was doing some research and so-and-so is already doing what I want to do. There's billions of people in this world we can help in so many different ways. And how you do it and how they do it might be two different things. But the best thing about there being competition is the fact that now you know there's actually a market out there for what you have, your products or your service, right? If there is no competition out there on the space, I'd be a little concerned that maybe it's not a good business model. So I look at things just a little bit differently, that when people go in and see competition, they're like, oh, someone's already doing it. So there's so many people to go out there and serve. And we could say this all the time too. I'm not for everyone, right? And so my competition might be for an audience that is not really going to be attracted to how and why I do things the way I do things, right? So we have to appeal to so many different people. And there's such a wide audience out there in the online space that will find your niche. And when we run the numbers, you're really only looking for a specific amount of people anyways, and there's no way you could serve the entire market of your niche. There would be too many people probably, for at least when you first get started. I mean, there's always ways to expand your business. Create a business plan and set clear goals. So this is where I'm going to tell you that ChatGPT can really speed this up for you. And I'm going to share my screen really quickly and show you something that I have all of my people do in my coaching program, but you can do this too if you're just checking this out. And give me 1 second here. I am not finding my share screen, button. It is hidden. Sydney, you are still sharing your sound if you could. Okay, I think it's going to let me override you. She was going to go and share some music with everybody. Okay, so one thing that I do, and this should be part of your startup checklist, is creating a branding blueprint. So that's not what this training is about. I just wanted to show you this. I'm going to go grab my branding blueprint because mine is completely done. It talks about my customer avatar, and I head over to ChatGPT that speeds things up for me. Okay, it's like having a second brain, maybe a third and a fourth too. I use it a lot for a lot of different things. So I've already typed in here, please create me a startup checklist of things I need to get done to launch this business model. And then I paste my branding blueprint in here, which is all of the things. I kind of went over some of that last week in the training. It's, defining your target audience and who your customer avatar is and the problems that you're going to solve in that market. Okay, so that's just a little bit about a branding blueprint. I paste that in here with the question I would ask, and it is going to give me a startup checklist for this business model that I am trying to launch. It's going to give me a whole list of things that I need to get done. Okay, so then you could take that list and copy and paste it into wherever you keep yourself organized. Mine personally is Trello and my Google Workspace items. And so I'll keep all of this on the side of things that I need now to know to get started. And in the email that will go out after this training, there will also be just a little startup checklist if you want that you can print out that's on a PDF that's just kind of a general or basic one. So this right here is going to be very custom to the business model that I am specifically trying to create because I gave it up front my branding blueprint and my system that I'm building, right? So then it's going to give me a checklist of everything I need to do. Tip number 2, and an item on your checklist, is to have a business plan. Now, in this day and age, I don't necessarily think an entire thought out huge business plan that people used to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to have a business expert create for them. I don't think it's really that necessary anymore. But one thing I do like is that you could just go to ChatGPT and ask it to create you a business plan. And what I have it do is create me a 1, a 3, and a 5 year. And I always put in the money I want to make in my first year, the money I want to make in my second year, and the money, or I'm sorry, first, third, fifth. What do I want to make by year 1 revenue wise? What do I want to be making revenue wise by year 3? And what do I want to be making revenue by year 5? So that it can spit me out a business plan that will gear me towards that, right? So let's just do year 1. You can figure out the rest of the math on year 5. So I'm going to, again, it already has all the information. I don't need to give it my branding blueprint again. It actually has my whole startup checklist for me. I'm going to now go ask ChatGPT, please create me a business plan. You could actually say a year 1, 3, and 5 business plan. So I'm going to do that. Please create me a business plan for year 1, year 3, and year 5. I want, my revenue goal for year 1 is, I'm just going to put some whatever numbers in here. I want to make $100,000 in year 1. Year 2, I want to have a revenue goal of 250,000. And by year 5, I want a revenue goal of $1 million. Okay, so I've asked it based on all this other information it already has to create me a business plan for year 1, 3, and 5 with these revenue goals. Okay, so it's going to go and create all of this for me. And then I have an outline of what I need. Now, this is important when you go to do just the layout of your whole business, when you go to create the marketing plans of your business, when you go to create what you're going to do on social media, what you might need this business plan if you're going to go get funding for your business. A lot of times they'll ask for at least an outline of a business plan. So it's it's important to create your foundation when you first get started in business. So you have a little bit of a roadmap of where you are heading. And as you can see, it's spitting out everything that I need to hit these revenue goals and the things I need to focus on, right? So that then I can go back and say, okay, I need to put these things in place. And so you can see how quickly and how much this will speed up what you're doing in your business. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing screen. I just wanted to show you what is possible to go do while you're going through some of that business startup checklist. So let me go pop my other screen back up. And we are at about the 15-minute mark. I said I was going to try to keep these trainings a little bit shorter on Monday mornings. And I just gave you some really good tips on how you can utilize ChatGPT to speed up the creation of your business. But just a few more things. You want to have your business plan and set some clear goals. We just did that with ChatGPT. You need to go and establish your legal entity and obtain necessary licenses and permits for your state. Every state's a little bit different. If you go into the self-made community, or that's where you're watching this replay, in one of the other guides, I actually have every single website listed where you can go and file your LLCs or your business paperwork for your state with their state guidelines. So that's all in there for you. If you need those websites, it's already listed in there. And then you will also have to get your EIN from the federal government. That site is also listed in there too. Once you have all of those things, you can now go set up your business bank account. You're going to absolutely need a business bank account. If you're going to run your business like a business, even if you're a network marketing business, you should be incorporating yourself so you can write off things like your home office, your vehicle, your clothing. If you're a public figure, yes, there are so many things that you can write off, but you have to have the proper things in place, like your LLC, like a business bank account, proper accounting and bookkeeping. If you need help with that, I have a wonderful reference for you. And you're going to have all of those things set up. One thing I do recommend is QuickBooks Online. It's very inexpensive. I think it's like $30 a month. It attaches right to your bank accounts, and it can auto-generate all kinds of things that you will need for your business. So setting up all your business bank accounts and your financial systems is important. Developing your brand identity. I just showed you that I have a branding blueprint. That is something that I put all of my coaching clients through, and maybe I'll just do like a mini workshop training on that and give everybody my branding blueprint so they can fill it out for their business. Because even if you're a network marketer, you absolutely need to have that, especially if you're going to use ChatGPT to help build out, say, your social media content and all of your planning. It's so nice to be able to have that and copy and paste into ChatGPT at any point in time to ask it different things to do for your business. Let's see, planning and executing a marketing strategy to attract your customers. What is that plan and how are you going to execute it? Where will you drip on most of your clients? And securing your technology. Now, that's something that I would love to help you on. It's something that I will be working more and more on with all kinds of online business owners in the network marketing space, online coaches, anybody creating a business in the online space. The digital marketplace is moving so fast in this day and age. And if you are creating any sort of business and do not have yourself a place to collect your email addresses, lead magnets to attract your potential clients to, so that you can then house all of them and drip on them with any of your specials or promotions or things that are going on, or sending them a newsletter to keep up with them about all of the things that surround your brand and your business. If you don't have at least a landing page where you're collecting email addresses and phone numbers, a place to schedule out all your social media so that you're not having to be present all the time on social media, keeping you glued to your phone or your devices, a place to really just house all of the marketing materials for your business and treating it like a business. That is something that I'll be helping a lot of people with my Self-Made Hub and platform, launching very soon to the public. So if there's, if you do not have an all-in-one marketing platform yet, I would love to be that person for you. We're going to create that membership and in that platform in the next, let's say 2 weeks, it'll be up and running. So if you don't have pieces in place like that, that is something you will absolutely need. All businesses at this point, I don't even care if you're a brick and mortar business, needs to have a place where they keep all of that technology, they use all that technology, they learn that technology, and either you run it all yourself, you hire somebody to run it for you, you have a VA that runs some of those things for you. You absolutely need to have it, or you will get left behind in this next digital landscape. It's like people who adopted social media when it came into the hemisphere and people who didn't. With the age of ChatGPT and the way digital marketing is going now, it's an absolute must to run your business with technology involved. It'll move you way faster. It's going to keep you ahead of the competition, and it's going to keep you way more organized when it comes to your leads and your content and being able to speak with and drip on your potential customers, clients, in your audience. So those are my basics on my checklist. Thank you for hopping on here live this morning. If you were live, thank you for watching the replay. I will send out a basic checklist that is in the email, and you can also find it in the Self-Made community, along with a lot of other tools and the guides. And if there's something that you are still missing, please just send me a quick message in the community, and I will be happy to get exactly what you need so that you can get your business up and running quickly. And keep your eyes peeled for the Self-Made Hub platform and membership coming soon, so we can help you with all of your business and technology needs. Have a fabulous week.